The sun rose, painting the forest of Jeta Grove in hues of gold and green. Birds sang softly, their melodies blending with the whispers of the breeze. Disciples sat in quiet anticipation, their faces turned to the Buddha in reverence. A young wanderer arrived, his steps hesitant yet eager, holding the weight of an untamed heart. Bowing deeply, he spoke, "Blessed One, I seek wisdom, for my mind falters between paths unknown. Guide me, as I am lost." The Buddha, serene, gestured for the wanderer to sit, his presence radiating peace. Slowly, he began his teaching. "Tell me, wanderer, if a traveler stands at a crossroads, how should he choose the direction of his journey?" The wanderer replied, "He should seek the road that leads him to his desired destination, avoiding paths of danger and ruin." The Buddha nodded, his smile gentle as a calm river. Indeed, wise decisions require clarity of purpose and knowledge of consequence. The Buddha's voice carried the weight of truth, resonating like the sacred chants of ancient monks. Consider life a journey, where each choice shapes the road ahead. Actions, like seeds, determine the harvest of destiny. The disciples leaned forward, their hearts absorbing the depth of his words, their minds eager to grasp his teaching. Long ago, the Buddha spoke. A farmer faced a decision between two fields, one fertile, demanding care, the other barren, offering ease. The wanderer listened intently, the tension in his brow easing as wisdom began to unfold before him. The fertile field, though demanding effort, promised reward in abundance. The barren field offered little despite its simplicity. The Buddha paused, the disciples reflecting on the parable's message, its significance glimmering like morning dew. "Tell me, wanderer, which field should the farmer choose to cultivate, knowing the nature of their soil?" The wanderer pondered, his thoughts surfacing like a river flowing into clarity. "The fertile field, Blessed One, for its harvest will sustain life." The Buddha's smile deepened, his eyes kind like the embrace of nature's warmth. "Indeed," he said, "actions rooted in wisdom guide one to the path of liberation, where true peace is found." The disciples nodded, their faces illuminated by the light of understanding. Basking in the gift of his teaching, the Buddha's gaze rested upon the wanderer, his presence like the steady glow of the evening moon. Right action arises when one sees beyond the surface, discerning what nourishes the soul and heals the heart. His words carried strength, comforting as a soft blanket on a winter's night, inspiring reflection in the heart's present. In doubt, pause and ask yourself, does this path bring peace, or does it sow seeds of sorrow? The wanderer, his expression softened by clarity, asked, "Blessed One, how can one avoid the traps of delusion and find the road to peace?" The Buddha's response carried the weight of timeless truth, a melody echoing through the ages. Intentions aligned with compassion and wisdom unveil the hidden path that leads away from suffering. The Buddha answered with grace. The disciples, as birds thirsting for rain, absorbed the wisdom spoken, their spirits refreshed. The Buddha continued, his voice like a gentle stream, flowing towards the ocean of enlightenment. "The world offers many roads, yet few lead to freedom. Those paths require patience and deep discernment." The wanderer, eyes brightened by newfound clarity, smiled as hope replaced despair, a spark of peace awakening within. "Blessed One, you have given me the strength to reflect, to choose wisely and act in alignment with right action." The Buddha's smile mirrored the brilliance of a lotus blooming under the gaze of the midday sun. Wisdom grows with practice. Each mindful choice strengthens the spirit, preparing it for life's uncertainties. The disciples sat in silence, their hearts whispering prayers of gratitude for the gift of his words. The wanderer, bowing deeply, felt the weight of indecision lift, replaced by the gentle embrace of wisdom. The forest seemed to harmonize with the peace emanating from the gathering. The air vibrant with the melody of enlightenment. Birds flew in joyous arcs overhead, their song a tribute to the Buddha's timeless teachings. The Buddha's presence inspired awe, his wisdom resonating as waves shaped by the lunar pull of the universe. The disciples meditated, their minds exploring the teachings that resonated like a call to the soul's awakening. The wanderer stood, his heart renewed, his mind clear as the tranquil surface of a mountain lake. Bowing once more, he spoke, "Blessed One, I walk forward with your wisdom as my compass and guide." The Buddha inclined his head, his silent blessing affirming the wanderer's resolve, a promise of support and presence eternal. The forest grew quiet as the gathering dispersed, the sun setting in hues of hope and peace. Thus, the Buddha had spoken, his words etched in the hearts of those present, rippling through time's unbroken thread. The wanderer carried the light of wisdom forward, his steps firm, his path illuminated by truth. Endless days passed, but the teaching remained evergreen, a beacon guiding souls lost in life's turbulent seas. The Buddha's voice, though silent now, echoed in the winds that whispered through the forest. The wisdom of right action unfolded across generations, inspiring minds to seek clarity and hearts to embrace peace. A simple gathering under the shade of the Jeta Grove brought forth teachings that would eternally nourish the soul. The disciples returned often to the grove, their minds carrying the echoes of the sacred moments spent in his presence. Each step they took reminded them of the fertile field, the choice that promised a bountiful harvest. The wanderer became a teacher himself, sharing the wisdom gifted to him, spreading light in corners shadowed by despair. The Buddha's teaching on the wisdom of right action lived on, transforming lives and generations. Under the light of 1,000 stars, the grove whispered stories of peace and transformation, secrets of enlightenment timeless. The Buddha's words flowed like streams into the rivers of existence, reaching beyond the limits of the world. He had spoken of life's crossroads, of choices made in clarity and wisdom, of paths leading to peace or suffering. His teachings were a treasure gifted freely, inspiring wanderers, merchants, monks, and kings to seek truth and liberation. The wanderer bowed one final time, turning away to share the gift he had received, his heart alight with purpose. The disciples remained, reflecting deeply, their thoughts resonating with the wisdom shared under the Buddha's compassionate gaze. And so, the gathering ended, but the ripple of the teaching spread across the world. Far beyond the quiet grove, the wind carried the scent of the earth, mingling with the fragrance of blooming flowers under a starlit sky. The Buddha sat in silence, his gaze steady as the roots of ancient trees, his presence a timeless sanctuary. The wisdom spoken transformed hearts and minds, breaking chains of doubt, illuminating the infinite horizon of peace. Another day dawned, the first rays of sunlight illuminating the stillness of the forest at Jeta Grove. The air carried a cool freshness, mingled with the earthy scent of the damp soil under the trees. Disciples began to gather in the clearing, their robes glowing softly in the early morning light. A merchant arrived, his garments bearing the marks of distant travels, his shoulders heavy with invisible burdens. Bowing before the Buddha, he spoke, "Blessed One, my choices weigh heavily upon me, affecting not just myself but many lives. I seek guidance." The Buddha, serene as the quiet depths of a lake, gestured for the merchant to sit among the disciples. The stillness of his presence filled the grove, drawing every mind into focused attention. He began, "Tell me, merchant, if a traveler carries a sack of gold and walks through a treacherous forest, what should he do?" The merchant responded carefully, "He should tread cautiously, mindful of each step, and guard his treasure with vigilance." The Buddha inclined his head, acknowledging the merchant's answer. "Indeed, Awareness and care are necessary when holding responsibility that extends beyond oneself. The disciples leaned forward, their breaths synchronized in the anticipation of the Buddha's words. Long ago, he began, a man possessed a gem of immense value. Fearing its theft, he chose to bury it in secrecy. The merchant listened intently, his brow furrowing as the story unfolded, each word offering insights to consider. Every day, driven by doubt, the man unearthed the gem to check if it was still there. The Buddha paused, allowing the tension of the tale to sink into the minds of his listeners. Creating a moment of reflection, his actions neither protected the gem nor brought him peace. Bamboo begins as a small, fragile shoot, growing almost imperceptibly, nurturing its strength beneath the earth, Buddha said. For years, its roots deepen and spread, preparing it to rise tall and steadfast, Buddha explained, his voice firm yet gentle. He should have placed the gem in service of good, trusting in his mindfulness and effort to protect it. The disciples nodded in agreement, the simplicity and depth of the teaching opening new dimensions of thought. Right action is neither hesitation born of fear nor impulse fueled by greed but emerges from a balance of clarity and courage. The Buddha's voice carried the rhythm of flowing water, shaping the contours of understanding in those who listened. Intentions aligned with wisdom and compassion ensure that even imperfect actions bring value and diminish suffering. The merchant, still burdened by doubt, asked, "But, Blessed One, how can I act knowing my choices could still bring unintended harm?" The Buddha's gaze rested on the merchant, his eyes reflecting compassion as vast as the infinite sky. Challenges will come, as they are part of life. But they do not define your strength, Buddha continued. You must learn to bend without losing sight of your purpose. Like bamboo in the storm, Buddha said. The Buddha continued with a story, his voice weaving lessons into the tapestry of their understanding. Once, a potter shaped a clay jar. In striving for perfection, he discarded many, yet his skill grew with each effort. The merchant, reflecting on the parable, felt a hint of release from his self-imposed burden of perfection. The potter's success, the Buddha said, lay not in the absence of flaws but in his steady determination and mindful practice. The forest seemed to echo his wisdom, its silence amplifying the truths carried in the cadence of his voice. Perfection is not the goal of right action. Purity of intention and the willingness to learn illuminate the path. The merchant, his heart lighter, bowed deeply. Blessed One, your words have awakened me to the strength of mindful action and the grace of acceptance. The Buddha's smile was soft as moonlight, its gentleness conveying both acknowledgement and encouragement. The disciples exchanged glances, their own reflections mirroring the wisdom shared in the simple yet profound teachings. The Buddha addressed them all, his presence filling the grove with a sense of timeless connection. Each action ripples through the ocean of existence. Strive to ensure your ripple brings harmony rather than discord. His words, like seeds carried by the wind, found fertile ground in the hearts and minds of those present. The world is vast, offering countless opportunities to act. Choose mindfully, for the karma of your choices shapes the tapestry of your life. The merchant rose, his head bowed low, his voice steady as he said, Blessed One, I will act with integrity, trusting in the wisdom you have shared. The disciples, too, bowed their heads, their spirits stirred by the teachings they had witnessed. The Buddha remained seated, his eyes gazing at the distant horizon, where the sun began its ascent. The air grew still, the forest holding the energy of transformation that had unfolded beneath its canopy. The merchant walked away, his burdens lighter, his mind resolved to act with mindfulness and compassion in his dealings. The disciples stayed behind, meditating deeply, their hearts absorbing the resonance of truth revealed in the Buddha's words. The grove timeless and tranquil, bore witness to another day of transformation, where doubts turned to clarity, and confusion to wisdom. The teachings spoken under the Bodhi tree remained, not just in words, but in the hearts of all who were present. The Buddha's presence reminded all that choices made with wisdom and compassion create paths of peace and understanding. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting patterns of light and shadow, a reflection of life's intricate balance. The merchant's footsteps faded into the distance, carrying with them the echoes of wisdom gained in the sacred grove. The disciples sat in silence, the serenity of the moment guiding their thoughts toward the profound simplicity of right action. As the day unfolded, the teachings took root, spreading like the branches of a tree reaching toward the vast, open sky. The Buddha's words resonated like a steady drumbeat, their rhythm guiding the dance of life and choice. The forest, alive with the gentle hum of nature, bore the sacred energy of the teachings shared within its heart. Each leaf, each blade of grass, seemed to whisper the truths that had been spoken, carrying them forward through time. The Buddha sat unmoving, his form steady as a mountain, his gaze embodying the infinite wisdom of an awakened heart. The disciples, nourished by the Dharma, carried its light within, their paths illuminated by the teachings of right action. Through the interplay of light and shadow, the grove carried on, its sacredness untouched, its tranquility deepened by the moment shared. The Buddha's teachings, like a river's flow, continued endlessly, guiding those who sought liberation. The day waned, yet the wisdom spoken remained vibrant, like the echoes of a melody that linger long after its notes fade. Each moment bore testimony to the enduring power of truth, a testament to the timelessness of the Buddha's guidance. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows, yet the grove felt illuminated by the presence of awakened understanding. The merchant, though distant now, carried with him the radiance of transformation, the gift of wisdom glowing within his soul. The forest held its peace, cradling the energy of those who had come seeking clarity and left touched by enlightenment. The Buddha's teachings resonated beyond the grove, a ripple that extended into the vast ocean of existence. Timeless and boundless. Another day, the forest at Jeta Grove stood calm, its leaves whispering secrets to the wind under the morning sun. The disciples gathered once more, their faces serene yet eager, awaiting the presence of the Buddha. Among them sat a young monk, his expression troubled, his gaze cast downward in silent struggle. The Buddha, entering with measured steps, radiated the peace of a moonlit night as he took his seat beneath the Bodhi tree. The young monk, bowing deeply, spoke, "Blessed One, though I strive to follow the teachings, I find myself wavering in moments of doubt." The Buddha observed the monk with compassion, his presence like the gentle warmth of a fire on a cold evening. "Tell me, monk," the Buddha asked, "if a bird hesitates to trust its wings, will it ever soar into the sky?" The monk responded, his voice tinged with uncertainty, "No, Blessed One, the bird must trust its wings to fly." The Buddha nodded, his smile carrying both wisdom and encouragement. Indeed, trust in oneself is the foundation upon which right action is built. Understanding sweeps away the clouds, allowing peace to emerge. The disciple asked, his voice filled with curiosity, "Blessed One, how do we cultivate understanding when resentment blinds us to compassion?" The Buddha gestured to a small bird perched nearby, singing softly. The disciples leaned forward, their breaths stilled by the weight of the teachings unfolding before them in the quiet grove. Long ago, the Buddha began, there was a village suffering from a drought. A young boy took it upon himself to dig a well. The monk, listening intently, felt the parable take root in his heart, each word nurturing his spirit toward understanding. The boy, each time he struck stone, would abandon the spot and start anew, his labor yielding nothing but frustration. The Buddha paused, allowing the story's lesson to settle, its simplicity illuminating the wisdom it carried. An elder of the village, observing the boy, advised him to persist in one place, to dig deeper rather than move around. The disciples, their minds alight with reflection, began to see the parallels between the story and their own spiritual journeys. Following the elder's advice, the boy dug with determination, and water flowed forth, quenching the thirst of the entire village. The monk, his expression softening, asked, "Blessed One, is the well a symbol of the mind's depth, its treasure hidden beneath our doubts?" The Buddha's gaze, steady and knowing, met the monk's, his voice gentle yet profound. "Yes," he replied, "the well represents the reservoir of wisdom within, accessed through unwavering commitment and mindful effort." The disciples nodded, their hearts aligning with the truth spoken, their resolve strengthened by the Buddha's guidance. The Buddha's voice carried the rhythm of waves, soothing and steady, as he continued his teaching. Like the boy digging the well, one must persist in the face of obstacles, for clarity grows through determined practice. The monk, emboldened by the teaching, asked, "But, Blessed One, how can I trust myself when I feel so inexperienced and unsure?" The Buddha's response, resonating with compassion, enveloped the young monk like a mother's embrace. "Inexperience is not a flaw but a beginning," he said. "Each step taken in mindfulness strengthens the wings of your spirit." The disciples, their faces reflecting the depth of the teaching, felt the truth of his words sink into their being. The Buddha continued, "Doubt is like a shadow that cannot exist without light. Within doubt lies the potential for awakening." The monk, his shoulders relaxing, began to sense the gift hidden within his struggles, a spark of hope igniting within. "Tell me," the Buddha asked, "if a potter stops shaping clay after the first imperfection, will he ever create a vessel?" The monk, smiling faintly, replied, "No, Blessed One, the potter must continue shaping, learning from his errors to perfect his craft." "Exactly," the Buddha said, his smile reflecting the radiance of a lotus blooming under the sun. "Perseverance is the path to mastery." The disciples listened intently, their hearts and minds united in the collective absorption of the Buddha's wisdom. The forest stood still, as if the trees themselves leaned closer to witness the moment of transformation unfolding in the grove. Each decision you make in mindfulness reveals the depth of your being, awakening the wisdom residing within, the Buddha said. The monk bowed deeply, his heart lighter, his doubts fading like mist under the warmth of the morning sun. "Blessed One, your words have shown me the way. I will persist with patience and trust in my practice." The Buddha inclined his head, his silent blessing affirming the monk's resolve, a testament to the power of unwavering determination. The disciples exchanged glances, their hearts filled with gratitude for the teachings they had received. The grove, bathed in the soft light of morning, seemed to reflect the transformation that had occurred, its energy vibrant and alive. The monk, his gaze steady and clear, felt a new strength within him, a foundation built on trust and perseverance. The Buddha's presence filled the space, his silence more profound than words, a sanctuary for all who sought liberation. The disciples meditated deeply, their breaths flowing with the rhythm of the truths shared, their minds attuned to the Dharma. The forest, timeless and serene, bore witness to the unfolding of wisdom, its trees standing as silent sentinels to enlightenment's light. The Buddha's teachings, like ripples in a still pond, spread outward, touching lives far beyond the grove. The monk, renewed and resolute, rose with humility, his voice steady as he said, "Blessed One, I will trust my wings." The Buddha's smile, soft as the glow of twilight, conveyed both affirmation and encouragement, a beacon guiding the way. The disciples, too, rose, their spirits lifted by the light of understanding, their hearts united in the shared journey of awakening. The forest held its peace, cradling the energy of transformation, a sanctuary of wisdom and truth. The Buddha's words, spoken under the shade of the Bodhi tree, remained etched in the hearts of all present, timeless and enduring. The monk's footsteps, steady and purposeful, carried him forward, his path illuminated by the wisdom he had embraced. The grove stood quiet, its essence infused with the teachings of the Buddha, a sacred space for all who sought the Dharma. The sun climbed higher, its light golden and warm, a reflection of the enlightenment shared in the heart of the forest. The Buddha, unmoving yet present in every moment, radiated a stillness that held the universe, a symbol of eternal peace. The disciples carried the teachings within, their paths intertwined with the wisdom spoken, their journeys united in purpose. The day unfolded, each moment a continuation of the sacred energy that had been awakened under the canopy of trees. The monk, walking away, felt the rhythm of the Buddha's words guiding his every step, a melody of truth and trust. The forest, alive with the harmony of life, whispered stories of transformation, its voice carrying the teachings far and wide. The Buddha's presence remained, unbound by time, his teachings resonating across the vast expanse of existence. The grove, timeless and eternal, held the memory of the day's teachings, a testament to the power of perseverance and trust. The monk, though distant now, carried the light of the teachings, his journey a continuation of the wisdom received. The sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold, a reflection of the harmony awakened. The disciples meditated in silence, their hearts aligned with the truth shared, their minds nourished by the Dharma. The Buddha's teachings, like a steady river, continued to flow, their essence reaching beyond the grove, touching countless lives. The forest, its trees swaying gently in the breeze, stood as a witness to the timelessness of enlightenment's light. The monk, once troubled, now walked with confidence, his heart alight with purpose, his spirit free to soar into the infinite. The grove, bathed in the soft glow of twilight, seemed to hum with the sacredness of the day's events. The Buddha, serene and still, embodied the infinite wisdom of the awakened heart, a beacon for all who sought liberation. The disciples, united in purpose, carried the teachings forward, their paths illuminated by the light of understanding. Thus, the day came to an end, yet the teachings endured, timeless and eternal, a gift to the world from the Buddha's grace. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.